They wanted you broken. They wanted you to bend. They wanted you to disappear into the silence and become nothing more than a forgotten shadow. And in their arrogance, they believed you would. But you didn't. You stood. You endured. You carried the weight of pain they could not imagine. You bore the fire they thought would consume you. You survived the storms they were certain would destroy you. That is why they fear you, because what they never understood is this: power is not in victory. Power is not in comfort. Power is not in applause or approval. Power is born in the refusal to die. It is born in the choice to take one more step when your body screams to stop. It is born in the decision to rise when the world has thrown you to the dirt. Every time you refused to quit, you became more dangerous. Every scar carved into your flesh became armor. Every betrayal became fuel. Every wound became proof that you are beyond breaking. The weak call it madness. They say, "Why keep fighting when the world is against you? Why not surrender? Why not kneel?" They do not understand. You cannot kneel. You cannot surrender. It is not who you are. You are not made for chains. You are not sculpted for peace. You are forged for war. Listen closely. Never giving up does not mean you never fell. You did fall. You were crushed. You were abandoned. You bled in the dark where no one could see. But here is the difference. When the weak fall, they stay down. When you fell, you learned to rise. When you broke, you rebuilt. When they buried you, you became the seed of something they could not kill. That is persistence. That is inevitability. That is why you are still here. Never giving up means that no matter how many times they cast you into fire, you emerge sharper. No matter how many times they slam the doors in your face, you break through walls. No matter how many times they whisper, "You are finished," you rise with a silence so loud it shakes their very bones. And here is the truth they will never admit. They respect you for it. Even in their hatred, even in their fear, even as they curse your name. Deep down, they know you are stronger than they ever were, because you would not stop. You are the storm that never fades, the fire that never burns out, the shadow that refuses to vanish. You are persistence given flesh. You are willpower made eternal. Never give up, and you will outlast every enemy. Never give up, and you will rise higher than every betrayer. Never give up, and you will watch the thrones of the arrogant crumble into dust while you still stand. Understand this: your scars are not signs of weakness. They are your crown. Your pain is not proof of defeat. It is proof of survival. Your silence is not emptiness. It is the weapon you sharpened when no one was watching. Do you know what you have become? You have become the weight they could not carry. You have become the nightmare they cannot wake from. You have become the inevitable truth that no matter what they do, no matter how much they try, you will not stop. This is the law of the unbreakable. They can strip you of everything: your comfort, your peace, your safety, your friends, your name. They can abandon you in the dark. They told you to quit. They told you to kneel. They told you to abandon the fire that burned in your chest, to silence the storm that lived in your soul. They thought if they buried you in betrayal, drowned you in pain, shackled you in silence, you would finally break. But you did not. And that, more than anything, is what terrifies them. Because they never feared your victories. They never feared your moments of triumph. What they feared was your refusal to die, your refusal to stay down, your refusal to surrender to the weight they placed upon your shoulders. Understand this. True strength is not born in peace. True strength is not forged in comfort. True strength is born in the crucible of chaos, when the fire is so hot it should have melted you, when the weight is so heavy it should have crushed you, when the pain is so endless it should have erased you. And yet, you rose. Every scar on your body is not a mark of weakness. It is a crown. Every betrayal you endured is not a curse. It is a weapon. Every sleepless night, every silent scream, every wound that bled in the dark, all of it was weight. But weight builds strength. And now you are carved from something unbreakable. The weak collapse because they mistake pain for the end. But pain is not the end. Pain is the beginning. It is the forge that sharpens you. It is the fire that hardens you. It is the storm that reveals who you truly are. And in that storm, you became something greater, something relentless, something inevitable. Never giving up does not mean you never fall. You will fall. You will bleed. You will break into pieces, but never giving up means you rise again, sharper than before, stronger than before, more ruthless than before. Never giving up means that every defeat becomes the foundation of your throne. Every fall becomes a lesson. Every scar becomes proof that you cannot be erased. Do you understand what that makes you? Unstoppable. Because persistence is the greatest weapon of all. Power can be stolen, thrones can be broken. But the will that refuses to quit cannot be killed. They will hate you for it. They will call you heartless. They will call you ruthless. They will call you a monster. Let them. Their words are the cries of the weak, terrified of the truth you embody. The truth that you cannot be defeated because you will not stop. Never give up and you outlast every enemy. Never give up and you outlive every betrayal. Never give up and you become the storm that devours kingdoms, the fire that reduces monuments to ash, the shadow that follows them into eternity. You are the weight they could not carry. You are the silence they could not endure. You are the reckoning they cannot escape. And why? Because you refuse to give up. So rise again. Rise from the ashes. Rise from the ruins. Rise from the chains they wrapped around you. Rise from the grave they dug for you. Rise with the scars that crown you. Rise with the pain that forged you. Rise with the discipline that sharpened you. Rise until they understand this eternal truth. You cannot be broken. You cannot be silenced. You cannot be erased. For you were never born to quit. You were born to conquer. You were never meant to kneel. You were meant to reign. You were never meant to give up. You were meant to become inevitable. They will try to bury you. They will laugh when you fall. They will mock your struggle and whisper that you are finished. And when the weight of the world is crushing your chest, when every bone in your body begs you to surrender, when the silence around you feels louder than any war cry, that is the moment they believe you will break. But you will not, because giving up was never written in your blood. Quitting was never carved into your soul. You were not built to surrender. You were built to endure. Understand this truth. Strength is not born in comfort. Strength is not forged in ease. Strength is born in the fire. When the flames claw at your skin, when the world strips you down to nothing, when pain is all you know. And still, you rise. Every scar on your body is a monument. Every betrayal you endured is a weapon. Every sleepless night, every drop of blood, every moment of agony you survived has carved you into something more than human. You have become relentless, unbreakable, inevitable. The weak collapse because they believe pain is the end, but pain is not the end. Pain is the forge. It sharpens you, it molds you, it makes you unstoppable. They thought your suffering would crush you. They thought your silence would erase you. But instead, it gave birth to the monster they can no longer kill. Never giving up does not mean you never fall. It means you rise after every fall. It means when your knees hit the ground, they become the foundation of your throne. It means when the world tears you apart, you stitch yourself back together with fire in your veins. And understand this. They fear you not because of your victories, but because of your persistence. They fear you because you do not stop, because every attempt to break you only makes you harder, because every wall you crash into, you find a way to shatter. You are the storm that never fades, the fire that never burns out, the shadow that cannot be erased. You carry within you the discipline of silence, the rage of betrayal, the weight of suffering, and yet you move forward, step after step, breath after breath, refusing to surrender, never give up, not because it is easy, not because you are unscarred, but because your scars are proof that you are still here, proof that you survived everything they threw at you, proof that you cannot be erased. They can strip you of comfort. They can abandon you in darkness. They can wound you, betray you, leave you bleeding in the dust. But as long as your heart still beats, as long as fire still burns in your soul, you're unstoppable. This is the weight of never giving up. You become the inevitable. You become the one they cannot kill, the one they cannot silence, the one they cannot bury. You become the embodiment of persistence itself. And when they look at you now, they will see it. They will see the scars that did not break you. They will see the silence that did not erase you. They will see the fire that did not die. They will see the monster their betrayal created, the storm their rejection unleashed, the inevitable truth. You never gave up. And because you never gave up, you will never be defeated.